Yeah, those were old notebooks from last year. All right, rip them out. All right, so before we get started, I wanted to address, so I'm sorry for, there was frustration over how these things were working and they weren't working. I've since fixed all the bugs. And I've also included a slideshow inside the instructions of how to do the customization tile maps. So when you get to the instructions, you can click a link and it'll show you how to customize a tile map. And there's also for the connecting tile maps. When you're connecting tile maps, again, if those instructions on the tutorial were unclear, go ahead and, let's see, I thought I put them on this one. But it will show up, there are instructions on this for how to do the connecting the tile map code. Okay? So I put these slideshows in for you, and it shows more specific detail. So today you should be done with the first skill map. We're going to start the next skill map. We may not get too far, but I wanted to address some notes first. So what I've been letting you do is just experiment. Just go ahead and just try stuff out. And now we're going to go in and actually look at some properties of code that help us prevent us from doing just the most direct code, like move forward, move forward, move forward, turn right, turn right. That becomes pretty monotonous. So now what we're going to learn today is how to reduce the amount of lines of code by using functions and loops. Okay? So the first thing is called a function. And a function is code saved under a single command to be called as many times as needed. So a function is a code saved under a single command to be called as many times as needed. Pencils are up here. Can you need pencils? Can you get one for Zero? So I want to go over that. So this may feel like, what am I even talking about? So when we were calling a command, like move forward, okay, it did a bunch of things. It animated the screen to make the robot move over a tile. So things were happening in the background that you weren't even seeing. So when that command is being called, being used by you, things were happening in the background that I had made or the coder had made. So now you get to be the customizer. You get to create something that you can use later on as many times as you need it. So an example is to make a function. So let's say we want to make a function that moves the robot 3 times forward. Because how many times did you write move forward, move forward, move forward all in a row?
3 times.
A lot of times, right? So now you're going to create a function to make that happen whenever you need it. So how we write that is the code def, which means define, and we name the function. Sorry. And then, yeah, we're going to move forward 3 times inside here.
So how do you know that we're automatically moving forward if it just says move?
Yeah, because we haven't written anything in yet. So this is a tab. We want to tab once. You tab once. Now, the code you write tabbed over is the code that will run when you write move 3 times somewhere else. Oh, I forgot parentheses. When you call move 3 times somewhere else in your code. So define move 3 times. Just like that.
Wait, so does hitting the tab button break it down, or just like it helps you understand that we're moving forward?
Let me just talk about this. Let me take attendance. Missouri. Question about this? Yeah, go ahead. Just a second. Eric? Eric's not here? So let me tell you what is happening here. Is this about the notes? All right, let me just describe. So if you think about move 3 times, and what we've done is we've tabbed it. And this is all Python. And Python says once you tab something, it's now contained inside the move 3 times command. So once I've tabbed it over, it's now linked to the move 3 times. So when I'm talking about calling my method, so let's say below here, I wrote robot begin screen and move 3 times So I have the definition. I've taught my robot a new trick. I've taught it to move 3 times in a row. So I'm going to start the screen, and then I'm going to tell it to move 3 times. And what's it going to do?
Move 3 times.
Move 3 times. Unless, if I don't type this in here, it's not going to move 3 times.
It's just going to bring the starting screen.
Because I just taught it, but it doesn't know to do it yet. So I taught my dog how to sit, but I haven't told it to sit yet.
So
Here, I'm telling it to move 3 times. I taught it to move 3 times, and now do it.
Wait, so where did the robot part go writing?
Okay? And this is all on the same margin. The def, the robot begin screen, and the move 3 times are all, again, back on the left-hand margin. Does that answer your question? Yes, I'm sorry. I forgot. There are, see? Thank you for paying attention. I need colon right there. So put a colon at the end of the function definition. Colon. 2 periods around above the other.
What's the second green arrow that you added next to the move 3 times?
So what I was going to show was this.
Excuse you.
So that's all I was going to show you, is that's what it does. It goes back and says, oh, what does move 3 times do? It moves forward, move forward, move forward. Okay?
I always wrote down. You write it like this. See how different it is from mine? The code is very sensitive. You got it? So there's no bars. Literally written like 10 minutes. So my pen. Usually some ways to make us look. Because this is how it's dashed underscore.
Oh, I can't do this. I'm not done with the first.
Once you write it differently than what I'm writing, it may not help you.
In my situation, what should I do with like the first code? Because I think I'm only on like.
Did you get to draw your initial?
Yes, I've done that.
Let's call that good for now. Okay. Are you at the draw your initial? Yes. Let's call that good for now.
I did it.
But no, brother, so if I get a 0, then
I can't put this on. I can't put this on.
Alright. Alright, so that's how to move 3 times with a function. Now, you can make anything you want, any function you want. And so,
Is it possible to turn the robot head like to the left 3 times? To like rotate it?
so let's say we wanted to make something called turn around.
Oh, so like a flip.
The name is completely up to you. The name is completely up to you.
Wait, but that's how you write it though?
This is the naming convention for Python, is to write the words separated by underscores, everything is lowercase. Yeah, colon. Alright, so
My dad goes with Python.
so these are required.
The DEF in front of it is required?
And then this is custom.
I have a question. So why do we not have the DEF on the move underscore 3 times above that?
Because def means the first time you define it. So every time your dog sits, do you have to reteach it how to sit?
No.
You already taught it once. So you teach it once, you write def once, but then when you want to use it,
Then it saves it and you just have to type that?
yeah, you don't have to write a def in front again.
Okay.
Sorry, let me move this. Alright. So I'm writing required is that the def is required and the parentheses and colon are required. But in between, the word that you write, the name of this function is custom. Okay?
Yeah.
So what is turn around? How do we turn around?
Turn right twice or turn left
Right? Okay. What's turn around? How do we turn around?
Turn right sometimes.
Turn right.
Turn right or turn left 3 times?
Do we have to do the task thing again?
You do. Okay.
Is there a simpler way to write that?
Simpler way to write what?
Wait, so the first time def turn underscore around is the same as robot turn right to top after we hit the tab.
Wait, turn around like 180 something.
So if I turn right, turn left, and turn left again, I've changed directions, right? Yeah.
Wait, so should our map
That's 4 turn rights. So if you turn around completely, right, you turn